record on that? All right, good evening and welcome to the Select Board meeting of Tuesday, February 24th. It's 5 p.m. We have our few things on our agenda tonight. Our first agenda item is our list of nominations.
Actually, don't forget Cheryl, she's first.
We're going to do that first.
Well, I don't know. I mean, it's up to you. I just want to make sure
You
you.
highlighted me green at the top to see the.
Well, no, that's just,
That's
yeah.
where I was going for.
Okay. And you'll see that when you turn the page.
So our first, we have a request to appoint Cheryl Dukes as an election worker. I'll make a motion to appoint Cheryl as an election worker for the town of Buckland.
I'll second that.
Further, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Now we have a list of nomination papers that are out and able to be picked up here at the town hall for openings. We have Select Board, which is a 3-year term. It's currently held by Joan Livingston, who looks like she's in the process of sticking around or trying to. We have the Board of Assessors, which is also a 3-year term, which is currently held by Mary Bolduc. We have a Board of Health 3-year term, currently held by Kate Conlon. We have the Buckland Public Library Trustee for a 3-year term, which is currently held by Horace Taft Ferguson. We have a Finance Committee 3-year term, currently held by Larry Langford. Another Finance Committee 3-year term, which is currently an open position. I think she's already resigned.
She hasn't resigned, but she will not be seeking re-election.
Okay. And then we also have the Mohawk Trail Regional School Committee, which is currently held by David Henry, and Town Clerk, currently held by Alicia Graves. So those are all of the openings. If you're looking to try to get involved with the town of Buckland, those are some positions that you could look to pull papers for, which are available here at the town hall. We also have our annual town meeting coming up. So the town meeting will be on May 5th, 2026 at 6:30 p.m. At Mohawk Trail. Make a motion to call the meeting for May 5th, 2026 at 6:30 and open the warrant, and we gotta set a closing date for that.
Second that.
What's the closing date I have listed there too?
So it looks like we have a closing date for the warrant of March 24th, 2026. Does that have to be in the motion too?
I believe so.
Okay. Make a motion to have the warrant closing date of March 24th, 2026.
Is that all one motion?
Yeah.
We can do
We can do that.
Graham?
Can shorthand it. So any proposed warrant articles that amend the town's general zoning bylaws should be presented as soon as possible to allow for review by town council and the planning board as required by Mass General Law, Chapter 40A. So we have a second on that motion. All in favor? Aye. Larry. We have no appointments tonight. I'm told will be our
Your last meeting that you don't have any for a
last
while.
hurrah for that for a
Yep.
little while.
Next month is going to be busier.
Documents to sign, we've got the Lower Pioneer Valley Educational Cooperative Fuel Procurement Authorization and the fiscal year 27 oil buy order. So that, let me find it here.
So it's a kind of a two-phase situation. We have to, so we use the Lower Pioneer Valley Educational Collaborative for our fuel oil for this building only at this point. It's for heating oil. They went out to bid already, and Sprague, which is the company we've been using, was the low bidder. So the first part of this is to award that bid to Sprague for heating oil for FY27. The second half, and sign that contract. And then the second half of it is to lock in the number of gallons we want to sort of bank in the next fiscal year. We used last year just under 1,600 gallons. We used to use more when we had the police station, but now this is the only building that heats with oil. We had purchased 1,500 last year, and the year before we had purchased another allotment, and it sort of keeps rolling because we hadn't used all of it. So at this point we have a bit of a surplus to use up. So kind of probably the recommendation would be to do, you know, if we have about 1,100 from the year before plus the 1,500 from last year, so we don't really want to go too far over this coming year and be stuck with a bunch of extra oil that we're not going to use that we potentially could be on the hook for.
You can be, yes.
So that's sort of the deal there. And it seems like now the letter I gave to all of you from them sort of explains that in light of, you know, global sort of uncertainty, he sort of indicates that now might be a good time to lock in for a price. And so really what we need to figure out is how much would you guys like to lock in for?
All right. Well, first I'll make a motion to award and execute a contract with Sprague.
Second that?
Any further on that? All in favor?
Aye.
Second, so we were actually kind of discussing that as well. I wasn't aware that we were carrying over so much. But I think we should still probably have some, just in case. I mean, this is
How
probably,
much should we use a year? Did you say?
Just under 1,600 gallons last year, but it wasn't, this year's been really cold,
is
so I'm
a
not
cold
sure
house.
what our end.
And how much is in surplus now?
We're working off still 1,100 from the year before, and then we had 1,500 last year that you had budgeted for.
So basically these are credits.
Kind of, yes.
So I mean, it's not like
It's
we
not
have
really,
these-
it's set at a certain rate, so like,
Right.
you know, last year's rate was $2.74 a
We don't
gallon.
physically have the oil in. But
No.
No,
Okay.
but what's nice about it is if it goes up to $5 a
Right,
gallon,
if you
you're-
lock in
you
tomorrow.
lock to that, but if it's lower, you get the lower rate.
Right.
Okay.
so I would make a motion to lock in with 800 gallons. So that'll be, because we've done the 1,500 before, and I think, you know, to try to get some of that surplus knocked down, but still kind of have a buffer, just in case we do go over for some unknown reason. We've still got a little bit left. Yeah, so that would be my motion.
And I'll second that. That's good.
Any further? None? All in favor?
Aye.
Can we lock in, how long is the year for? Is it for this winter, or is it for
It's
the-
for next winter,
for next winter?
starting October 1st is
So,
typically how we've done it.
Starting October of 26, right?
Mhm.
Okay.
I think houses are a little different. I locked in just begin this heating season for this year. You know, you do it with houses a little different. Then if there's a surplus, you're supposed to pay it off or turn the heat up.
Yeah.
It's still good.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Good God Almighty, where are we?
I know, it feels early.
We have a street use permit for the Bridge of Flowers Road Race. Oh my good lord. God, that's not.
I
until-
appreciate the early notice though, because we do have to get the bridge permit closed for closing and so forth, so.
Oh, and by the way,
They'll probably forget
you
about it by
taking
the time.
the
it-
walking sign off the other end of the bridge, so you can walk on both sides?
No.
You sure are. Every time I get down there, there's no sign there anymore by,
On the Shelburne side?
yeah.
Well, I've made the state aware of that. They were supposed to erect much heavier duty barricades, so.
Okay, I'm just curious, because there was people walking on it the other day, you know, and
I'll follow up with another email.
I'm thinking they didn't have it fixed yet, so. Or maybe somebody just moved the sign and, but just maybe it's back out. I haven't gone by it today to see, but, yeah.
Has the race always been 8K?
It used to be a 10K, didn't it?
Yeah.
Several
Fortunately,
years
what
ago,
that
they
does is
changed it.
means people don't qualify for bigger races because it's not a 10K race anymore.
Well, they changed something about the route of where they
Along there,
goes for safety and stuff. That was it.
yeah, they used to go like along Route 112, right?
Yeah. Yeah, so instead of going left at the end of Crittenden, they go right now.
But it also means that you're not gonna draw really high level
Well, they
runners.
still do. They did.
Yeah, they've been on they've been doing a 5K now for the last, what, 6 years, 7 years?
I think this is a recent change.
No.
No?
Nope. So
Big teams.
this hasn't gone through the police or fire departments yet?
No, they typically, I think his email had stated that he was sending it to them as well and would be coordinating with them as he has in the past. And I think last year it was sort of a similar thing. You approved it contingent on the police
Okay.
weighing in.
Make a motion to approve contingent on police and fire department sign off on the permit.
I second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Alright. And let's go. We have our minutes and warrants. We get our minutes from February 10th, 2026. I'll make a motion to approve. Minutes is written.
I second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
And the vendor and payroll warrant, W26-18. Make a motion to approve both vendor and payroll warrant.
I second that.
Further, all in favor?
Aye.
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 Items not reasonably anticipated by chair, 48 hours in advance. I don't have anything. Select board member concerns?
I just want to thank the highway crew for doing a great job keeping our roads safe.
Yes. Yes, they are taking a beating this winter.
Yes, they are.
And they're doing what they can, and now also being down a guy, so please be patient and bear with them. It's been a long winter and not a lot of places to put snow anymore, so hopefully the end is drawing near.
That sounds morbid.
Yeah, we might see spring by what, end of May?
Memorial Day.
Could be worse. We could be on the eastern part of the state. We just got an email from MEMA asking if we had any spare dump trucks or loaders that we could send down to the eastern part, because they don't have enough equipment to move all the snow.
Both of my grandkids have 2 days off from college. You never see that happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of stuff is closed out there still.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So probably will be for a couple days.
Do we have any,
It's a good place for it, though.
have we advertised for
I
that
don't know, I got
position?
plenty in my yard too.
Any response?
No.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, we advertised in the Recorder 2 different times. We've got it out on on our town website if anyone's looking for information, and on
Yeah.
Facebook. Yes.
No response.
Nope.
Tough time of year.
Mm-hmm.
All the guys that are plowing are already kind of locked into where they're at. So hopefully, we'll just keep hitting the free advertising for now, and we'll maybe in another month, if we've still got nothing from that, then we can look at maybe doing another run in the Recorder or something. Anything else?
I'd like to thank people who are keep filling the food pantry, both businesses and regular people. I mean, I'll walk by just to see what's in there, and it's pretty full, pretty helpful for people who are struggling right now.
Yeah. Good. All right. Town administrators report.
The railroad tie project, just to follow up on that, I got a phone call last week that they're hoping to wrap it up this week. I haven't driven up there to notice if the pile is gone. I think they had a small amount left. It went much quicker than I think we thought it was going to go. So they're going to take those last couple loads out, and then they're moving on. They're moving their operations down towards
Hasn't been an inconvenience at all, or
Deerfield.
even-
I haven't heard any complaints, so that was that was good.
I did take video of,
She did.
of the parking lot and took lots
Yeah.
of photos, just
Yeah, and they've
before they came.
yeah.
Before they came.
and he has said for sure let him know if there's anything when they're gone that we have concerns about. But they've been great to work with.
Once they're cleared out, maybe just have Anthony go up and.
Yep. There was a lot of snow. They had them piled up on the snowbanks, so there wasn't a lot of direct contact with the ground. So I am currently about to start working with Eversource on a comprehensive building assessment for the town hall. That's basically we've had some sort of issues, speaking of the oil, half of the building, the heat doesn't seem to be working properly. We have a really high electric bill here, so they're gonna come out hopefully to do an assessment, figure out where we may be inefficient. We've done it before several years ago. I wanna say it was probably 10 or 12 years ago. So we're going to do it again, which will put us in line. So if we want to start looking at some grants to either upgrade heating system or need to do some more insulation or whatever. So that's going to be happening in the not so distant future. I'm heading to North Adams tomorrow for the MVP 2.0 kickoff. I just want to clarify, there was an article online on Franklin County Now, and I'm not sure where those articles come from, but it was describing the 2.0 grant as a continuation of our watershed, Clusterbrook watershed grant, and that's not what the 2.0 is. Very different grant. We are in the process of applying for another action grant to continue the work on the Clusterbrook watershed, but 2.0 is a whole new, I talked about it at the last meeting, it's a whole new project that we're going to be looking at. So nothing to do with the watershed this time around. So I don't know who to reach out to correct that article, but it wasn't accurate. I did speak with the finance committee last week about your idea of trying to have some sort of an input session with members of our community about school, what's happening up at Mohawk. They think it's a great idea. They're thinking probably after town meeting this summer sometime, since it's nothing we're voting on now, just to try to, not to confuse people or whatever. But they agreed that sounds like a great plan.
Should we reach out to Martha and let her know that we would like to do that?
Yeah, it's probably as we get closer, like after we get through town meeting, probably.
No, maybe just to let her know that we're
Yeah,
planning
sure,
this
I
in
can
the
do that.
future and,
Yep. I can definitely do that.
Okay, great.
Yep. In your folder, you may see a colorful little graphic that Larry Langford put together. This morning we met with Paul Marks, legislative aide, about our concerns with Chapter 70 funding and the fact that the construction at Tech is going to be potentially a huge budgetary factor for Buckland. He listened to us. There was a really good conversation. Ultimately, he feels that the group should meet directly with Senator Mark to share this with him and really make sure he's aware of basically the fact that we have two separate school projects that are going to be extremely costly. And, you know, the fact that our budget just can't support that at this time, and to see what sort of ideas beyond Chapter 70 increases that there could be. I think I'm so appreciative for Larry and Paula. They both are so in tune with everything and have all of the right questions to ask, and are really such advocates for Buckland, which is really great. So we're waiting to hear. Larry did send an email out to Senator Mark after that meeting to see if there's a time that he might be in the area that we could sit down and talk about that with him. That being said, the budget process continues to move along. My hope is in the next couple meetings to start sort of downloading it to you guys so you know what's going on. As you know, we have a brand new accountant, brand new town administrator, brand new department heads. So it's been a little slower than in the past because we're trying to basically rework things, fix some of the issues from last year when the formulas were broken, and that was a really big thing that we need to get to the bottom of, so that we're not suddenly at the last minute having to make cuts because there was a broken formula. So we're really trying to fix that. Alicia's been working really hard on that. I've been sitting in with her, hoping to start putting in the numbers that I have so far. I know tonight the police advisory committee is meeting to talk about their budget, so that's one that I don't have the information on yet. Waiting on a couple things to sort of sort out in a couple departments, but we're getting close, I think, to having our numbers so that we can start really looking at how things look. It does seem that a 2.5 override is probably on the table this year, but we need to get all those numbers and kind of look at the worst case scenario or best case scenario. I'm not sure how to word it. You know, see where we stand. So, and that's what I've got.
Okay.
It's a lot. Thank you.
No problem.
All right, public comment. Hearing none. Announcements and upcoming meetings. Our next select board meeting will be March 10th at 5 p.m. That's all we got.
I mean, there's other boards and committees that are meeting that are posted on our website. Those are the ones that I've focused on.
Other than our meeting, tune into our website and check out the others. I'll make a motion to adjourn.
I'll second that.
All in favor?
Hi.
Aye. Thank you, and have a good night.
I get spoiled.
Yeah, you're gonna be.
Gonna make us pay.
You're gonna pay in the next 2 meetings.
Why? What's coming down the pike?